Upload malfunction.
The D3 eSports Cup Championship. I'm your host, Carlos Figueroa, excited to be accompanied by Simon Dawson, president of Dawson Racing. Welcome, Simon.
How are you doing, Carlos? Good to be back with you, mate.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's been a good couple of weeks of racing, and we're excited for what we have in store today. This week, we're racing at a classic American racetrack. This week, we're at Sebring International Raceway, which, Simon, you've got some history there.
Yeah, I've been there a few times, both in a pram all the way up to, being there racing with some teams. So it's definitely been a staple location in our family for a number of years. And yeah, real grateful to have the pleasure to work with a few different teams there. But we should see some exciting stuff today, and we'll weave in a little bit of that history as well as we go.
Absolutely. Got to watch some of the action yesterday, and definitely a long track with lots of turns, including the infamous turn 17, where you definitely got to respect the bumps there. As we go into that, want to show a quick video to highlight what our drivers will encounter in today's race. Excited to check this out. So, Simon, give us a quick overview on what we just watched and what to expect today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, great lap, and very exciting lap. I get as excited watching a lap in the car as I do from the pit lane, as I do from all the numerous spots around the track where you've got like turn 10 parties going on, campers parked at the front. But yeah, as you're coming into turn one, this should be quite an interesting turn one. The start of a race. It's quite a high speed first turn. So hopefully the guys will respect each other and just get through that. And then it all kind of narrows up a little bit. It's quite intricate. There are, as we've seen the last two tracks, not a great amount of places to pass, but here you've got a few, two or three, certainly three really good spots to overtake, and we'll go through those as we're going in. But yeah, there is definitely a few more opportunities to overtake here. As you mentioned, bumps. Bumps are a big thing here. The car is just constantly on the move, and there's a lot of adjusting going on. But when you do put on a lot of laps here, you just learn to love it or get on with it, right? So, but no, very, very exciting track. We were saying earlier as well, this is one of the only tracks in the world where you have all World Endurance Championship, IMSA, they all come together once a year. It's usually in March. Obviously, it got moved to this past weekend. So, just this race just happened for real, and here we are racing virtually. So it should be some really good, exciting stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, got to watch some of the race yesterday, and, seeing some of that action, how the drivers were adjusting, and I'm excited to see how our drivers acclimate to things, because it's definitely not an easy track to adjust to. It definitely takes some acclimation and getting used to.
Absolutely. And some of the drivers were out there. I mean, this may be the first time they've ever, like with all of these, it's the first time they've kind of been on this track too. So hopefully they've all been able to put some laps in this week.
Definitely. So, talking about the D3 Esports Cup Championship, give us an overview of, what we've put together, what our fans will see today, and just, the last 4 weeks rolling into this week, what, how it all breaks down.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'm just turning my Wi-Fi off as well, just in case we have any Wi-Fi hitches on our end, the hamster wheel. But no, in terms of the championship we put together, with the D3eSports Cup, I mean, it's super exciting. This is the last week, so it's the fourth round. It's the last week of qualifying in this Swiss tournament format. So the drivers are all paired up again. As much as it looks like there's one big race going on 3 times over today, everyone is paired up. So this is the last time for that. And we go into round 5 next week, where it is a full-on race. So really excited to see how that pans out. Great track to kind of start that flow with. Things have definitely spread out and got quite consistent as things go on. But ultimately, yeah, this is the final part of the qualifying today.
Awesome. And so next, let's dive into the rules and scoring. Can you give us an overview and break it down for us?
As we see here, you've got 1 round per week. It's best of 3 per round. So each driver gets paired up. And, people can go on the website at any time and have a look at this as well. It's d3esports.mainline.gg. You click on go to tournament and you click on the rounds, and you can see how our teams have sort of been paired up. Obviously there's 15 lap races. This Swiss format is really quite good because, like I say, it averages them so that at the end of when we start into the driver equal opportunity to, one, keep the racing clean from a broadcasting perspective, let everyone get up to speed with stuff, but really come down to that 5th round where everyone's kind of lined up in the spaces they should be to make sure that you've got those groups that are racing with each other going for those positions. So really excited to kind of see how that pans out here as well.
Absolutely. I think, as we've seen, our drivers are definitely getting acclimated and learning, applying these rules, making sure that no bumps, everybody's playing safe and not doing anything tricky out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's, as we've seen, the learning curve as each round goes from race 1 to 2 to 3, the learning curve is pretty rapid. We did see a tremendous increase of just people being consistent and respectful, as we said last week. And I think hopefully we see that today as well. I mean, it's a 3.7 mile track, right? So you have the ability to spread out a little bit. There's definitely some areas where you can wander, so you can lose a bit of time around here. So I think, again, we just need hopefully all the drivers come out and just remember that they're racing against one person, keeping it all clean, and
We've got the black and gold car versus Joel Steele in the America car. We've got Caesar in the black and gold car versus Pablo in the D3 Transformer car. Jeff Curran is in the America car versus the Tim in the Viva car. We have Ben Chester in the Audrain Auto Museum car versus Alessio in the Zotec car. Nelson is in the D3 Transformer Pro-Am car, racing against Don in the D3 Transformer Pro-Am car. We have Antonio, who's driving in the Audrain Auto Museum car, going up against Scott in the STEM.org car. We have the Viva car racing against Zach in the STEM.org car. And lastly, we have Ben in the D3 Transformer car against Brandon in the Zotac car. So we're really excited about today's race. All of these matchups, as we said, this is round 4, going into the last race before the championship next week, and we hope to see some a bit of a shakeup in our leaderboard as we wrap up these 3 races today. Simon, going into today, what are some things that stand out?
Yeah, no, I was just, for me, I think there's some good pair ups here. It's we've seen it. We've had a lot of people asking about this. Obviously, a lot of people going to the website to kind of learn about the Series 2 and how they can get involved. But I think it's great to bring up that page you just brought up, because it really shows the viewers now how that's paired up. I'm excited about Ben and Brandon. They've been consistently in the top 3 for the last few rounds, and the fact they're paired up this weekend. Here's you and I saying you're racing one, just keep it clean. Well, these two are always racing each other, so this should be quite interesting. But so too do we have the Audrain and STEM. They're always in a little pack together. Don and Nelson, Don's always up in the top 4, doing good there. Nelson's obviously our pro guy out here, mixing it up with these gamers and other drivers. But I think there is some pretty exciting little pairings here. I like that Caesar and Pablo are racing each other this weekend. I mean, they're cousins, so this should be good.
Love it.
It keeps spicy. So yeah, it should be a good little weekend.
Definitely. And as we mentioned, hopefully we could see some shakeup in the leaderboard, see some consistency and some improvements out of some of the other drivers. So should be good. Next, we want to give a huge shout out and a big thank you to our presenting sponsor. STEM.org has been an amazing partner, and as we said, our presenting partner. So thank you to STEM.org. I want to give a shout out to all of our other partners as well. And so I'm getting word that our drivers are fueling up, getting ready. So when we come back, we'll be back and getting ready to go racing.